So I made a little adjustment to my plan with these internal fillets. Since I'm going to be using a lot of the air epoxy for that, which is a little bit more liquidy and flowing than my Total Boat Thixo epoxy, what I decided to do was take some of the Total Boat Thixo epoxy and put little moats at the end of each area where I'm doing internal fillets. You'll see that there's 12 of those, no shortage of them. And while I might use some of the Total Boat epoxy for the outer layer of the internal ones, I do at this point plan on using largely the air epoxy. So the reason for those moats is so that it doesn't flow back out of the open end, and I can just pour like these little rivers of epoxy in there and let them set. I'll have to do that like 2 or 3 at a time, just based on just the literal angles of the rocket and them needing to sit for a while before they gel. It'll take days. I'm not going to make this video be days long. It's just going to be a bunch of little clips of a lot of the same thing happening again and again and again. And then for the external fillets, all 6 of those, my daughter's going to help because she can manage that a little easier than helping with the internal ones. All in all, there's going to be 18 fillets on this thing, not even counting all the ones I did for the actual centering rings and eventually the last bit that you guys will see that has to do with the final centering ring with the motor mount and everything. So, which will be a third kind of epoxy because of the added heat resistance I need for all of that. Talk more when we get there. But anyway, enjoy, and happy to have you along the way. Alrighty, so we use the heat gun a little bit to make it a little more liquidy, and here's our setup. Okay, we capped off the end of the motor tube there, and you can see we've got 2 of the fillets down. It's looking like each fillet is basically 40 grams of epoxy. So for every 2 I'm doing, I'm mixing 80 grams total, 40 of hardener, 40 of resin, and I'm equally distributing across each fillet. So 2 done and many more to go. The goal is for this to be very secure inside there and the fins be extremely secure overall. All right, we've done all 6 of the fillets that connect to from the fins to the motor tube. So you can see 2 fresh ones there, okay? I was using like 3 jumbo popsicle sticks taped together, reaching way down in there. It's a bit of an ordeal. And then you can see those 2. And then finally on the far end, you can see the last 2. All right, all 12 internal fillets on the fins on the inside of the motor tube and the outside of the body. Boom, 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 boom. So 4, 8, 12 are all finished. Now I can remove this and I can put that on later with some JB weld, and we'll finish off the fillets by doing Total Boat epoxy big thick fillets on the outsides. 6 more fillets to go. All right, so as you can see behind me, the entire last centering ring is in. It's all finished. All of that gray you see there is JB Weld. There's an awful lot on the inside connecting it to the motor tube, the fins, the base of the fins, the inside layer of the body tube and everything. Okay, so and I gave it a nice fillet on every single location. All the bolts are covered and none of the threads on the actual cap are marred at all or dirty at all. It's at the point now where everything is smoothed out and clean. There's no mess inside of here. I took the tape off of there because there's nothing's gonna get on the threads at this point. And just made sure everything is shipshape. The last bit of epoxy work to really be done are the 6 remaining fillets on the outside of each fin, and that'll make a total of 18 fillets for the whole deal. Naomi's gonna help me with that, and look forward to seeing you then. But that's all for this video. Until next time.